All right, what's going on, y'all? So I'm just sitting here, and I was just thinking, like, we've all had, like, I don't know about you, if you were younger, if you ever had a crush on someone, if you ever liked someone, it's normal. It happens to everybody. I just thought this was funny. I was just thinking about this because it's happened to me. I think it's happened to most people, at least once in their life, at least. But have you ever thought you liked somebody? Like really, really like somebody, and it may have lasted a long time, may have lasted, you know, not that long of a time. It could be years, could be months, could be weeks, could be a day. I don't know. But anyway, you had a crush on somebody. We've all had crushes, right? Okay, cool, fine. So you ever had a crush on somebody, and then like a really bad crush on somebody, and then you finally maybe you meet this crush in person, or you slowly get to, I don't know, introduce yourself. No, I can't say introduce. Like, you basically just get to know them more, or you may talk to them, or you may have a conversation, and maybe they know, maybe they don't know. I don't really know. But either way, you like this person for whatever reason. You might not really know why. Maybe it's their physical appearance. Maybe it's their, you know, just the way they are. I don't know, just their likings. I don't know. But then a weird thing kind of happens. Like, a weird thing happens. You're just so convinced. Oh my God, there's just something about this person that I don't know what it is. I'm crazy about them. Right? And it's just one of those things. But then something happens. It's like it goes from you having it bad for this person to, like, you start to actually, like, learn who they actually are, how they actually are. You start to actually learn who they are as a person, like their behaviors, like what their values are, like what they care about. You basically you basically get to know them, basically. Maybe indirectly, or indirectly maybe, or directly. Could be either one. And that can definitely make a difference. I think that definitely makes a difference, how you get to know somebody. Because if you're getting to know somebody indirectly, I do feel like a lot of stuff can get kind of misinterpreted, or um, miscommunicated, or lost in translation. So I mean, maybe that's part of the problem. I don't know, but either way, you kind of get to know this person, for whatever, for what it's worth, and you start to realize that a lot of things about this person are actually the exact opposite and what you like about a person. And it's a weird thing because here it is, you had this really huge liking to this person, and you really don't know why. Maybe it was 80%, aesthetic looks. It happens all the time. There have been people that I have been, visually very attracted to. Like, I've said it in other videos, many times. Like, there have been women that I found very attractive, but then, she starts talking, and she starts talking about, how she views money and material things and just stuff like that. And it's very much against how I feel about a lot of. Now I will say this, like, money is definitely important. Like, my views on it when it comes to, like, relationships and dating, it has changed somewhat. And I will say this, like, about money and dating and women, like, okay, so it's not that I feel like money doesn't matter, because money definitely does matter, in the sense of you need it to take care of yourself. Let's say if you do, if you do have a family or you do have kids or whatever, you need it to provide for yourself and, your family, your kids, whatever the case may be. Like in that sense, yes, money is important. Like that's fair. Like, you know, men shouldn't, at the very least, men should have a way to provide for themselves and, someone else if they have someone else that relies on them. Like that's fair. Like from that standpoint, yes, money is very important. Like you should at least be earning some type of money in some kind of way. You know, in other words, you shouldn't be a deadbeat. You shouldn't be someone that's just, you know, um, mooching, off your partner, or too lazy to get up and work. You just don't want to try. You don't have a vehicle. It's the difference between someone that's just not trying and you know and someone that definitely is trying. If you are able bodied and you have the ability to generate income for yourself, like especially as a man, like you should be doing that to the best of your ability. So I will say that you should be someone that you can that they're going to get out there and do what needs to be done if it has to be done. I agree with that. you know but then when it comes to a lot of these other views on money, like hold on, sorry y'all, I'm kind of getting over a cold or something. uh I don't know what it was. I had a really really horrible 2 day cold. I think I had a fever or something, and it was I'm just getting over it. So but I got a strong immune system. But yeah, it was pretty gnarly, I'm not gonna lie. So if I'm kind of coughing in the background or something, that's probably why. And I almost didn't work yesterday and the day before. Well, technically, I left I left this job like an hour early the day before, because I felt horrible. I'm not gonna lie, but I was gonna call out yesterday, but like right before I went in, I started feeling a little bit better. But if tonight I feel bad again, I'm not working. But one of the reasons why I kind of pushed through was because I'm supposed to like buy this RV tomorrow. It's Class C RV tomorrow, and like just cash. Like I'm not paying on it. I'm just gonna buy it cash. So like when I get it, there's a few things that I have to get for it. Like it doesn't have a back rack, so I have to buy a back rack for the back bumper because on this one it doesn't have one. Basically, it's just like a place to put my generator because I need an extra one. And so I mean, it's just I need some money. I need some extra money to buy that for it, and I gotta register it and do stuff like that. Just extra, and I want to save extra money so I can basically, have money to travel and do stuff. Because I'm about to be traveling. Like I don't know where yet. I haven't decided where yet, but I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to be just doing stuff. So if I don't have to actually like be out of work and miss money, like I'm really trying my best not to. Anyway, back to the video though. I forget what I was even saying. I know I just abruptly stopped the video to, well, maybe it didn't seem like it, but I just stopped the video because I had some stuff caught my throat. But anyway, back to the video. So yeah, like fuck. Anyway, yeah. So they'll start talking about how they view money, and it'll be like from a very materialistic type of way. Like I always talk about her. Shira Seven, like she's one of the ones that I'm talking about. Like very, very materialistic, very, very like just overly, you know, based on money. And the thing that I don't like about these women is they want these men, or only want these types of men that I guess have access to this kind of money, and they refer to other men as dusties. And what pisses me off about, I don't even want to say pisses me off because I'm not necessarily mad. Maybe triggered is a better word. I'm triggered by their mindset. Is they'll claim that these men are dusty because they haven't reached the level of these other men, financially. And so these men can be doing all the same things that these men, that the men that have money right now, they just haven't reached that point. Maybe they haven't figured it out yet. They're working hard, they're striving, they're, putting the time and effort in. But because they can't just pull out a band of however much money and throw it at a woman and be like, here, bitch, here's some money. Go, I don't know, get your hair done. Like, how men are as well. Like they can just splurge on women, right? You know, because they can't do that or won't do that. These women, they treat these men like they're just the lowest of the low. And it's just like, I can see if like these men weren't working, they were, just sitting on their asses, like not striving in any kind of way in life. But I am talking about the men that are working very hard to figure out a way, or creative ways to make money, to start a business, to save money, to just basically do their best to make their life into what they want it to be, whether it's investing, whether it's whatever. And, all the time that they don't have this money and they can't do all these financial things, it's like you're calling these men dusty. But like the moment that, they get some kind of deal, or maybe like their business pops off, or whatever happens that they suddenly become successful, then all of a sudden it's like now like they're worth your time and energy. Now you feel like they're worth. And I think that's how it normally happens, because most people, like they just kind of struggle until whatever they're working on, whether they figure it out, they figure out the magic formula, they figure out how to do what they're doing to to become successful at it. I think it's just, you just fail until you don't fail. Like you just fail until you stop failing. I think that's really all it is. It's just, success is just a process of failing until you succeed. That to me, that's how I see it now. Or you can say it's a process of not knowing how to do something until you figure out how to do it. And you figure out how to do it first by first doing it wrong first. So this is why I stopped being so hard on myself. Like, I just hate the mentality of the modern woman. It's like nobody just starts out rich unless they have a really strong support system, or their family has money, or they have connections that have money. And this is just what I don't like about these types of women. I don't hate them as women. I don't hate women. I just hate their mindset and how they classify men. That I understand that women want security. Like I understand that. Like I understand the reasons behind it. I understand, why you need to have some level of monetary security. Like that's not what I'm annoyed at per se, or that's not what I'm getting at. I'm not getting at that, because definitely if you're a man, or if you're serious with a woman, you should definitely have some type of financial stability. It's just the context in the way that they are saying it. Like if I just meet you and you're saying that I have to, take you in the most expensive restaurant in the city, And it's just like, why? Like, I don't even know you. Why is there like this demand? And maybe I have the money, maybe I don't. But, one thing women, okay, so women need to understand this too. Like, it's not just about y'all deciding if y'all like us. Like, whether a man has reached that level of success that you like or not, that you find him to be valuable, either way, the man, he has to also make a decision too. Like, if he likes you as well. Like, I know, like, the modern man or the narrative is that men don't care about if, you know, women don't. Okay, so I know, like, a lot of people think that, or men have forgotten that, you know, they have to decide too if they think that or feel like you're the type of woman that they want to be with. A lot of men nowadays have been kind of conditioned to just basically accept any kind of woman and just be so happy to, get with a woman, especially if she's pretty, and not even, vet her to see if she's somebody that's good for you. It's like you're just like kind of conditioned, like, oh, be so happy that, oh my God, this woman, she likes me. Oh God. Oh, I'm so thankful. Thank God she chose me. And it's like, well, wait a second, bro, back up. Do you like her? Do you even know what kind of quality she has? And I feel like real men, yes, we're gonna hope that she likes us too, but we're gonna be like, well, let's kind of pump the brakes a little bit. Like, let me make sure, like, this woman actually, first of all, has qualities that I like, because I have to make sure that I like her too. And a lot of men are not doing that, but they're getting back to it though. I feel like men have been brainwashed, you know, because everything's become so sexualized and overly sexualized. Don't get me wrong, I love a sexual woman. I love a woman that's sexy, that's sensual, but like, in the right conditions though. Like, if you're like on Instagram, all you see is women bending over and twerking. And don't get me wrong, all men love women's bodies. We all love curves. Like, I'm not, but it's just like, I don't even know how to say this. Like, when a woman puts herself out there like that on such a regular basis, a lot of the sexual appeal or value of a woman is lost in a lot of ways, in my opinion. Because when you're putting yourself out there on such a regular basis for everybody to see all the time, for one, it's like men are seeing you like in a sexual way all the time. Like, part of what used to make a woman sexy and extremely attractive to a man was what he didn't see. Like, if I can see, like, oh my God, like, she's got some curves, but she's not like showing you like her ass, like, literally, like, women are literally showing you their ass. They're like wearing like these dresses and they're literally showing you like their ass cheeks. And it's like, yeah, it looks good. I might even want it, but there's another side of men that like kind of don't want to see it. Like, we like it, but we don't want to see it like that, because it's just like part of what attracts a man to a woman is some level of modesty. You know what I'm saying? Like, women have gotten confused. They've been grossly misinformed about how men are attracted to women. It's like, yes, we like your body, we like your curves, but when you when you present yourself in a certain way, especially for everyone to see, it's it's not it's not really attractive in the way that y'all think it is. Like, I'll put it this way. Like, for example, like a woman that makes herself sexually available to lots of men in a very short period of time. Like, if you're the type of woman that, you know, you you're getting bust down by a bunch of dudes. Basically, like, if you're a bust down chick, if you a pass around, I call them, or they call them, or some call them pass around chick. if you a pass around chick, if you like the type of chick that everybody in your neighborhood knows because they bust her down, whatever, you bust her down. All the niggas in the neighborhood, like they know, like they know, like you're that chick that you basically riding everybody's. You know what? If you want some cheap, you know what? Like she'll do it. Like if you're that type of chick, hold on. Okay, so if you're that type of chick, then I'll put it like this: a man that is looking for one partner or a relationship. I mean, I don't know what reality some of these people are from or at, but a woman that is sexually available to large amounts of men, I'm, I'm sorry, like that's not attractive in any way, shape, or form. Like it's not. It's not attractive. Now I know people date, but even the way people date now, it's not the same. People date now to strictly just fuck. Like people will date somebody just because they want to fuck them, and I'm like, I'm not trying to tell people how they should live their life because I'm not y'all, and y'all ain't me. And yeah, I've definitely been raised differently than a lot of people, so I understand there's different ways. That's why I try not to make my views in such a forceful way, but at the same time too, I definitely still have a standard with my dating or love life. It's just like, you know, if that's how a woman is moving, like I'm gonna tell you right now, like I am not interested at all. Like if that's how people move, if that's what type of time they're on, I don't want nothing to do with that kind of woman. I'm just saying, I'm sorry, but I'm not. Like that's not attractive at all. Like I don't like women like that at all. Like it's not sexy. Like it's not sexy when a woman gets on Instagram or just the internet in general. And and I know like this whole, sexual liberation thing is going on, and like men like sexy women, but like men like the type of men that women I'm sorry, the type of men that women are wanting to commit to them, those type of with the kind of money, what I'm saying, those type of men are not gonna want to commit to you if you're doing those type of things. They might throw some money at you. They may, throw some money at you. They may buy you nice things. They'll throw money at you all day for that pussy. But these men at the same time, like they know like this woman is not somebody that I should commit to. Like these men, like you're basically, an ex object to them. An ex object. It's like, I know I don't really want to be with this girl like that, but I got the extra money, I got the resources to, wine and dine her, buy her something nice, what I'm saying, take her, maybe buy her some jewelry, take her to some nice restaurants, have some fun for the night or for a week or whatever, have some fun with her for however long period of time, and then cut her loose. Because I know that she's not really serious dating material. She's for fun. She's a pass around girl. She's doing this with multiple guys. Like I don't want nothing serious with this girl. I just have money that I know attracts her, and I know that getting in them cheeks is super easy because I know she's attracted to my success. So of course I may want to fuck her, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but the type of men that and a lot of women, they might say, well, that's all I want anyway. I just want his money. And it's like, yeah, I mean, you say that now, but there's going to come a time where you've been ran through so many times, and eventually you're going to get older, and as you age, we all age. As you get older, your looks are going to start to fade, and eventually, you're not going to be getting all this attention that you used to getting. And then when that happens, there's like this, and all women go through it, you know, where they realize that they're not getting the attention they once were getting. And then all of a sudden they want to settle down, and they want to find. I see so many videos of women going through this phase where, like, yeah, when I was younger, I just wanted to just, be. And it's nothing wrong with wanting to have fun, y'all. But it's just once that time comes and goes, you start to realize you kind of start to naturally desire a deep relationship or partnership, something that's deep and meaningful, and you want to settle down with somebody. You want to spend the rest of your life with somebody. But a lot of these people, they just, I don't know, but I feel like it's cool to, it's cool when it's cool, and then when it's not, it's not. When you get to that point where you've been ran through, you done let all these energies, and I mean, because make no mistake about it, if you're a very promiscuous person and you sleep around, like, those people you've had relations with, like, they're all in some way a part of you. I believe that. Like, this is why, another reason why I don't believe in just recklessly sleeping around. Like, I'm a man, like, I definitely want to be with a woman sometimes, but at the same time too, I try my best not to just be reckless. I mean, I believe in marriage first. I mean, that was what I was raised before even have relations like that. But I'm not gonna lie, like, it's really hard to find people that actually believe in those values, and I don't like to sound like I'm changing my values to fit the world, but I guess I kind of am in a way. But I still try to stay as close to, just, I never want to be the kind of guy that's just going around here. Whether y'all think that I get girls like that or not, I know I can hear people's opinion. Like, oh, you just can't get them. Like, like, no, I'm not the best looking guy on the planet, but certain types of women are attracted to me. Like, they are. They just, I have my own vibe. I have my own aura. I've been told that women, one of the things that attracts me about me, and this is directly from them, is she describes it as my aura. She said, you have a very strong aura. And she liked that about me. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but she's like, your aura is very strong. And just to say, you have a very strong aura. So anyway, that was one of the things. And I kind of know that, like, I have a lot of flaws as a person, but I also have a lot of strengths, in my opinion, whether people can see them or not. And I'm not the most confident guy, but I'm also not the most I'm not the most insecure guy in the world either. Like, we all have things that we're kind of confident about, and then we all have you know insecurities, whether we make them known or not. So you know but anyway, yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, but my main point is, like, men, we this whole over sexualization thing that modern thing that women are doing. It's not. They think that when they get online and bend over and twerk, like, men are like, man, I want to date her, and most men are saying, like, man, I would fuck her, but that's about it. I wouldn't try to wife her. I wouldn't try to seriously date her. I wouldn't take, like, most men are thinking, like, I definitely wouldn't take her serious. When we see you do that, it's like, yeah, we might want you sexually, we might want it, but, like, that's it. We're also simultaneously registering that you're not someone that's really capable of being trusted in any type of serious relationship. If you're putting yourself out there, like, or you're selling yourself, or you're selling your body in any kind of way monetarily, like girls that do OnlyFans, like, if you would sell yourself, you would definitely sell your man out for money or some type of other gain. Like, if you would sell your soul, you would definitely sell your man out, or somebody else for money. You know what I'm saying? You know how they say everyone has a price? Like, if you would do that for money with your own body, it's no telling what you would do to somebody if you thought that the payoff was good enough. So, a lot of men subconsciously recognize that. And it's like, okay, you know, yeah, I might have fun with this girl, but I know that I can't really take her seriously because I know that she just, she doesn't really have the values that I'm looking for in a serious partnership. She might can fuck good, she might can suck good, and she might be very good at that. But you know, outside of that, I don't really know if there's really anything there. And see, a lot of women just kind of stop there. That it's like, okay, well, they feel like because okay, I'm pretty. Lots of men want me, and it's like lots of men want to fuck you, but not lots. See, a lot of men want to fuck women. There's a difference between a man wanting to fuck a woman, throw some money at her. Maybe they're successful. They throw some money at her, maybe buy her shit, take her out on some. You have money. You can. That's great. That's wonderful. Hopefully, I'll be there one day soon. There's a difference in a man throwing some money at a woman to fuck her, and then there's a difference between a man providing for her because he wants to take care of her. He wants to treat her special, and he wants that to be their lifestyle because he actually sees her as a person worthy of giving that lifestyle. It's not the same thing. A man throwing money at a woman to have a good time with her, it's similar, but it's not the same. Like, yes, he sees your value because you're pretty and you have a nice body, and that's great. But simultaneously, he's like, yeah, I'm not going to take this no farther than this, one night stand with her or, you know, whatever, whether she's an escort or whatever the fuck. I don't know. Stripper or whatever. I don't know. Um, okay, I'm back. But yeah, I would say learn the difference between. I would say if you're a woman, like learn the difference between men that just want to fuck you and throw some money at you, and men that can provide for you and want to actually. Okay, I'll say this: you have shown them that you're a woman worth providing. So I'm not against providing for a woman. I'm just against this expectation of all men just coming into your life and providing for you. Like you don't come into a woman like all women are not worthy or deserving of a man to provide for her. Now, good women that have shown and demonstrated that they have the qualities that are deserving of that, I'm all for that, I'm all for men that have the money and resources to whatever extent. Yeah, sure. Do nice shit for her. Take, whatever. To whatever extent that you're able to or capable of, yeah, sure. Buy her stuff, take her out places. But it shouldn't be a thing where you're doing that just to keep her. Like, if you don't do it, she's not going to be there. It should be a thing where she's shown you that she's there for you first. And you're like, oh, wow, she's here for me. Like, she's not here for. See, and this is what women don't get about men. Like, real men, once real men see that you're there for them, you don't have to try to finesse a man out of his money and resources. And see, these Shira Sevens, they teach women that they had to trick men out of getting their money and stuff like that. Most mature men, because it's in a man's nature. Once they see that a woman is that she really likes them and she's there for them, she's not just there to just take out of them and to finesse them. They're going to just naturally do those things anyway. That's just how a man is. Most men, a lot of men are closed fisted now because they've learned and heard that women are out here intentionally finding men just to finesse them out of their money, out of their resources. So now a lot of men are being careful. Like, I don't want to get used by this person. And yes, I've heard the saying that, everyone gets used, but like a lot of women are misusing men. You know, yeah, if I'm your guy, you're your man, you can use me to a certain extent, but don't misuse me or don't mistreat me. Don't take my kindness for weakness. A lot of men that do all these kind things for women, a woman will sit there and accept it and then turn back around and call him a simp. You know what I'm saying? Because he's basically doing all these things for her, and she knows that she doesn't even really like him like that. So men have learned and found out that a lot of women are doing these types of things just to get out of men, and they don't even really like them like that. They just want their resources. So, and this is why I feel like a lot of men aren't doing the type of things that they used to do, because women, they kind of somewhere along the way, they went, they started listening to these Shira Sevens, and it's just like, listen, like, y'all got it backwards. You don't have to trick a man into getting his money and getting stuff out of him. The reason why men stopped doing all those things is because y'all started being reckless. You started talking to multiple dudes. So for example, like, you would go on a date with a guy, require or demand they take you to a really expensive restaurant, right? Multiple times. You would require they take you to all these multiple restaurants multiple times before you would even, hell, I don't know, kiss the man or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But meanwhile, somebody else you maybe just more physically attracted to, maybe he's taller, maybe he just, I don't know, whatever the fuck, maybe he's cuter. He don't got to do none of this stuff. So men realize that y'all are basically having all these super high requirements to date you, but then you're letting, Jack or Tom smash on the first date. Here I am, 4 or 5 dates in, and I ain't even got a fucking kiss yet. But you're demanding that I have, all these check marks checked off, and that you want to get to know me more and go out on more dates first. But this guy over here, he didn't take you out on no date. He don't have no job. He barely got a car, living with his mama, and you fucking the shit out of him. You fucking him raw. This type of shit goes on, and men started realizing this, and they're like, I'm not going to be doing all this when you're basically, it's the same product and you're selling it for free, but you're making me do all this just to date you, stuff like that. Those are reasons why a lot of men are closed-fisted and what somewhat referred to as selfish nowadays. It's not that we're selfish. We just started realizing like how y'all were moving. And so like now it's like, listen, I'm still a man that believes in things like providing for women, but you got to show me that you're even worth me doing that for. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, you don't just come into any relationship or situation just doing a bunch of stuff for a woman because because she's pretty. You don't do that. That's how you get misused. So it's just about boundaries. It's about knowing your value and not letting people devalue you, because a lot of women, they devalue men, because they can and because they allow it. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say that this is a quick video. A lot of men, I forget what I was saying, but a lot of men have, they've forgotten to value themselves first, because as a man, you gotta make sure that, you remember your own value first. Like, we're conditioned to, always be something for somebody or some woman first. We're conditioned to need to prove to a woman your value as a man. But a lot of men don't, stop and check and, ask themselves, like, is this woman worth, all these things that I'm trying to do? A lot of men just assume without, really examining, like, the woman's qualities. And yeah, I get it. There's a lot of pretty women out there that sometimes you can get stuck on the outward appearance, but sometimes, I'm sorry to say, looks can be very deceiving, and some women can be very bad for you as a man. Like, it's just the truth. Like, so one thing I've learned is to not get overly like stuck on somebody's looks. Like, I'm a man, I love a beautiful woman, but never just go by somebody's looks. Like, always check their character. And again, like I said, a lot of times when you do that, you realize that everything that you thought you liked about somebody, like this crush you had, you realize that you start to like question, like, why did I like this person again? Because you realize that all the qualities you like in somebody or in a person, like, they don't really have any of those qualities. Like, it just starts to show like more and more. And, while visually they might be appealing, like, the things that really matter to you in a partner or, romantic person of interest, they don't really qualify. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a weird thing. The older I get, the more strict I get about the type of woman that I allow in my life. One is because I'm actually working on, what I want out of life. And when someone comes into your life, they can disturb that. So, like, I'm very, very careful about what type of woman I invite in my life because she can disrupt all that. I've seen it and experienced it before. So, like, if I'm letting you in my life, like, and you're going to be distracting me to some extent, like, you gotta be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really have to be worth it. Like, don't waste my time, don't waste my energy, don't waste my money because that's valuable. I can't get those things. Well, I can make more money, but like, I can't get more time back. So anyway, yeah, this is just a random video, like, about crushes. Like, when you have crushes, like, a lot of times you realize that these people really aren't, who you thought they were. And a lot of times before it's all said and done, you really don't even like them in the way that you thought you did. It kind of sucks, but you realize that they're a completely different person than what you created them to be in your head. And the version of them that actually exists and the version of them in your head they're two different people. So yeah, I'm gonna end it here. Until next time, later, y'all.